Welcome to Mishna study Masechet Sheviit, Perek Zayin Mishnah Gimal. Over here in this Mishnah, we're going to speak about using peels of fruits for dyeing, and the next half of the Mishnah will talk about selling Sheviit fruit. Are we allowed, not allowed to? So firstly, Kilipe Rimon ve'anetz shelo, right? So if you have the kilipa, right, which is the literally the skin, right, the peel of a rimon, and the netz is that flour on top, right? So you see over here. Hold a quick picture of it. Both of those, so usually the skin, the rind, the peel itself would be used for dyeing. Also the flour itself. Kilipe gozim ve'galainim. Similarly, if you have the outer shell of a gozim of walnuts, right? So you see over here as well. And galainim are the seeds. So Rambam over here is Mefaresh, at least in his later version of the Mishnah, because any item that has seeds, right? Again, they would use this for different things, maybe animal food, right? They would do anything that had seeds. All these items, yesh lahem sheviit, lidmehim sheviit. They have the status, the kedusha of sheviit, and the monetary value, and the money has sheviit as well. So, and if someone is dying, he's allowed to die for himself. So he could take some of these things, some of these peels, whatever it may be, or see, he could go ahead and die for himself. But he can't go ahead to do it as, for profit. Right? At that point, he's not allowed to do so. Because he's not allowed to do any business, any transactions with fruits of Sheviit. Right? We know you're not allowed to do that. Unless it's through a mikra, unless it's through a random act, right? So he did it for himself, right? That he's allowed to, but he can't go ahead and plan to do b'sachar because that is asur, lo b'prot shvit, and the Mishnah continues with other things that you're not allowed to do business with, right? Transact with, lo b'chorot, firstborn animal, lo b'trumot, no with truma, lo b'nevelot, lo b'trefot, not with nevela utrefa, right? Different unkosher animals died on their own or were nitraf, right? Unhealthy, lo mishkatzim, lo minmasim, right? Different types of reptiles and creepy crawlers, different insects. Lo yelokach irakot, v'lo yelokach irakot sadeh u'mocher bashuk. Now, next by Mishnah, you're not allowed to go ahead and buy yirakot in the field, right? Or collect yirakot in the field. Not really buy over here. You're collecting the vegetables in the field and sell them in the shuk. You're not allowed to do that. Aval, what can you do? He's allowed to go ahead and collect, and his son could sell for him. Now, what does this mean? Rambam explains this, and he explains, so he said, if the son goes and takes from what his father collected, and he sold it, there's no avera and such. So you see over here clearly that Rambam really turns this whole statement into a diavad statement. Right? It's not lechatechila, a person's allowed to go, his son's allowed to go and sell what his father collected. Rather, if he did so, there's no avera in such. By the way, Rambam is unique here. The Mefarshim obviously explain this differently. And he says, right? Whatever he sold, this money takes on the status, the kedusha of Sheviit. Lakach de'atzmo, ve'otir mutar lemochro. If he took for himself and there was some left over, that is mutar lechatechila to sell.